everyone! So I am here with a very exciting video today. I am here to compare the neutral colors that I have from Gillio. So here I have on the left the Undyed, in the middle we have the yellow, and on the right we have the gold. So in terms of which one will I start with, I think it's best I start with the yellow, even though I know the Undyed has quite a bit of popularity behind it. The yellow is the first color that I purchased from Gillio back in 2018, so I feel like it definitely is my first love and should be what I start with. So here you could tell there's quite a difference in color. This has developed quite a bit of patina. This was purchased again back in 2018. I think it was the A6 I got first, and then it was the Pocket XL. This was from their first release of this size. So yeah, I have had this for quite some time, almost 2 years. I have not babied this planner at all, so you can see it's developed quite a bit of shine. The popper has that slight dark shadowing that you would get over use, just normal use. You can see here it's on this planner too, and I'll explain more about this one in a moment. So yeah, it has gotten darker since purchase, so it's developed quite nicely. Now this planner, I do have gold rings in there. There's the fly leaf. So yeah, I haven't babied this planner at all. You can just see the natural markings there. This is considered quite smooth and soft. I did request for smooth leather if possible when I purchased this planner, and yeah, it's considered quite smooth. Ta-da! It's just so pretty. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that I didn't baby this planner in comparison to the others, because I got so much more use out of it, and I absolutely love how it's just developed character and just aged with me, I guess you can say. I used this during my time studying for my masters, and this was a great size for me to work with, because with the textbooks we bring around constantly, I just need a small planner to carry just to note down when the next assignments are, just my timetable for the semester. This was a great size to work with. This I used Pocket Plus inserts, or you can resize down an A6 size insert down to 86%, which is what I did, then the actual pocket size inserts, because during the time of uni I could not function pocket. It was just too small for me to work with, so I actually didn't really use the fly leaf. I used the Pocket Plus inserts, and they worked like a dream for me. So yeah, that's this planner. Oh, it's just so pretty. So yeah, it's gone quite a bit darker. Now for this planner, this was purchased quite recently, and the reason why this has a bit of shadowing is because it's a replacement button. This was found in the Good Deals corner, where it has a bit more of a discount on it, but it's still stunning, absolutely beautiful. This is a lot more pebbly in terms of the other yellow that I have, just tell by that color. So over time it will darken. Every pocket leather will darken over time just by the nature of the leather. On the inside is considered quite smooth. You could tell that by the fly leaf as well. It is super smooth. The left is super smooth as well, but on the right back it is so pebbly and just gorgeous. So I absolutely love this planner. Yeah, I love all my Gillios, I kid you not. I just love them all. So if you're into neutral planners, you don't want it too dark like Gillio's Rust. Gold is quite close to once yellow patinas, so that's 2 years of patina on it. So what I find with the chain of patinaing. The Undyed is like the very first stage. Of course it's named the Undyed. There's no colouring added to it, just to preserve just at this first stage. Then when it starts to darken, it kind of goes to a yellow, which is what I find. And then after a yellow, it goes to a gold. And then depending on like kind of the tone-ish, I feel like it goes more to a rust. So that's the kind of stages I visualize if I don't feel like I can handle the high maintenance of an Undyed. Yellow is probably your next best bet. And if you don't like that caramelly, custardy colour, another option would be the gold, which is a darker brown, is still rich in colour, or you prefer a more reddish toned rust is also an absolutely great option. I'm trying to think of what other browns. There's also the actual dark brown. That's too dark for me to work with, I find. It's too chocolatey. I don't really have many bags in a chocolatey colour, apart from the demi-ribbon from Louis, and even then, yeah, just browns or browns. I love the caramelly colour. So in terms of that, that's the two here. So again, if Undyed is not particularly for you just due to its high maintenance and it does darken anyway, your next stage is probably to opt for a yellow. It is stunning. It's a custardy colour. I absolutely love it. And do I have a fossil bag near me? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to grab my bag. This is my fossil bag. Now, I absolutely love this bag right now. It's a great size for me. It can carry 2 planners in here and all my necessities. I don't remember the name of this bag off the top of my head from Fossil, but if I do find the name, I will leave the description down below. So here's another color to compare it to. I think this is more like gold, maybe. There you go. So it feels more like a gold, but I absolutely love my neutral tones there. So yeah, it just goes great with my fossil bags. Yay! So that's another one to work with. So this is the yellow 2 years of patina from 2018, and this is from 2020. So next up, I think while I had the gold there, we'll just bring it back. So here it is in color comparison. Yellow from 2020, yellow from 2018, and then the gold from 2019, 2020. Not sure, but I find this in the premium good deals, so I'm not sure if this was from the, actually it possibly might be from the first week of January restock in 2020, possibly that time. So yeah, it's again darker, as you can tell here. This is considered really pebbly, but in terms of like small pebbles, it doesn't show too much of the structure of it, just I think due to the stiffener it has in, I would say. It's not soft because of the stiffener, so it does hold its structure. So yeah, it hasn't developed too much patina, it's not as shiny as obviously this one, it just reflects. So there's the gold. So again, if you feel like, you know what, I'm not too into the custardy color, the caramel, gold is probably your next best option. I recently seen quite a number of gold Epoca Pocket XL, and their textures, their colors are just gorgeous. I wish I actually opted for that this year, but never mind. It's again another beautiful color. If you find that this is too light for you still, this is probably your next best option, sticking to a more caramel based, but if you're more into your reddish tone, rust is also a beautiful option. I personally find that a little bit too red toned for me. I don't have enough red tone browns in my collection. I don't feel like it fits me well, but it might be fitting for you. So yeah, this is gold. So, ta-da! Now, in terms of maintenance, I find these are quite low maintenance colored planners. Whereas next up we have the Undyed, and oh boy, you need the most care, I find. Unless you don't mind not babying it, then off you go. Let's see if I can hang it there. So let's try and organize this from the lightest to darkest Undyed. So here we have the Pocket XL, the A6 Compagna, and the medium Compagna. Now in terms of purchase, this is actually pre-loved. This was purchased mid-February, I want to say, but I am the third owner, so I don't know the state of quality. This was purchased from Gillio, could be first, second, or third. We're like first quality, premium, or good deals. It feels more like a premium or a good deals one, just due to, I think, the ring mechanism. What do I mean by that? The bottom doesn't stick to the planner as much as, you know, the other side. Don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, it has developed a little bit more patina in comparison to the other two. You could tell here there's quite a bit more wear, just due to, I think, this planner wasn't trained to slowly open flat. It was just straight up, ta-da. So it does have a slight strain in the leather here, and the rings, it does have a bit more indent, so it does slowly start to show its shadowing in the front cover. In terms of the texture, it's considered quite pebbly, majority quite structured. It's only like this strap and this little front bit here, the inside left and the inside right to be smooth. So yeah, outside is quite textured. Now, in terms of patina, how do I find out how much they have patinaed? I flip to the back, and then you can see here, normally your center point is your lightest of how the Undyed has been, because if you're out and about or you're at home, the first thing you do is open up the front, so this will develop a lot more patina than the back, and we rarely go to the back anyway unless you're constantly like putting things in and out. Then this center point, or like the part that's hidden, will be your best bet to find the lightest. So it hasn't developed too much patina in this pocket. You could tell by the edge of just how much it has darkened. So this is your lightest point. So yeah, in terms of like other Undyes I've seen on Instagram, these three are considered quite light. I don't naturally have them sought out the sun. I just keep it out when I have them out. I don't bring them out for tanning. I just let it develop its own character naturally. Whereas I do know, I think Carrie brought hers out to the sun to do a bit more tanning. So her one's a very golden, warm golden color. Is absolutely stunning. Or you can even darken it even more. I think Peanut's PlannerCo, she has the Pocket XL. She actually applied some oil onto hers and then took it out to the sun, so her one's really, really dark. So yeah, it depends on, do you want it to naturally patina, or you could bring it out in the sun and just flip it over a few times. If you're in a sunny place as well. Scotland's not really sunny. It's very rare actually. Last month with all the sun, I just felt, this is quite odd. And we're not really in a very humid place. I find if you're in a humid place and you've got a sunny place, it darkens so quickly. So mine has stayed quite light for a while. So this is my A6. Now if you open up to the back here, as I mentioned, you could tell is more uniform. They're all quite similar. So this hasn't developed much patina at all. Again, this planner hasn't gone out. After all, this was purchased in February. I think it was in my yellow at that point, so I was like, I'll wait till later to use this. And then before you knew it, lockdown hit, COVID hit, you can't go outside. Or you can go outside for necessities, but I was not going to bring a leather out there, especially with how that germ spreads. So yeah, leather planners stay in in March. So yeah, barely any sun, considered quite light. I did request for smooth leather if possible during purchase. Yes, I know during this time of purchasing this leather, it was very intense. I still managed to, it was more of a copy and paste, don't type it in, just copy and paste your comments and then just fly out of checkout. So they managed to accommodate that, which was great. So this is super smooth. Again, not too much patina developed just due to the shine, and as you could tell from the inside of how it darkened. So yeah, I would say only the strap is considered quite pebbly. The rest is really considered smooth. So that's the two there. And then the most recent one from last month, this I wasn't able, well this, if you see my other video you've heard this story, but a quick recap is this was not purchased on the day, this was purchased the day after. Felt like dreaming, requested for photos, looks beautiful, here it is. So on the front here it's considered very smooth. Again, not much patina after only getting it last month. I did take it out to the park, but then it's not really much in the sun because when you're in the park you just take pretty photos and then you have your walk. And you've got like people doing exercise like running going around you, you don't exactly want to drop it either. So yeah, the back is considered quite structured there. Again, don't know if my camera picks it up. I am quite far away from the camera, the viewfinder. And then the strap is considered quite pebbly. On the inside it's smooth. On the inside left it's smooth, like especially this spot here. And then on the back there, it's considered quite pebbly. So you can see here, again, not much patina has developed. I just let it naturally do its thing. I don't actively sought out the sun, but I will say I do get asked how's the care for an undyed. I find myself, I am a bit more careful with my undyes, especially when there's like liquids nearby. This might be TMI, but even a sneeze, it will pick it up. Like, it just will. If you find yourself, I was really happy Carrie told me about this. If you find yourself that you accidentally got like a drop of moisture on it, do not rub at it, do not touch it, let it naturally dry. Majority of the time, with my experience, the mark disappears. Unless like it was a heavy drop of water or unfortunate orange juice or coffee. Coffee is just gonna stain it. Keep it away from coffee, don't do it. It might have a slight darker spot, like with this planner, there was a little drop of moisture here, and then over 15 minutes it just disappeared. You can't really tell there was a mark there. So yeah, if that bothers you, like a drop of moisture getting on your planner and it stays, then Undyed is so not for you. Because it is such a high maintenance planner. But if you like it to develop character every step of the way, this is it. This is definitely the planner to go for. I have seen on buy sell trade groups. Undyed is another one that gets sold after a week of use, just due to how fragile it is. So really not for the faint-hearted. Again, if you want something light-ish, but not that much maintenance, and you want it from Gillio, your best bet is to go for the yellow Epoca leather. I mean, here's a comparison of the yellow. I'll bring out the Compagna just so you can see the kind of stage. Yes, it's a lot darker when you put it like that, but this won't have that much of an effect if you accidentally have a drop of moisture on it, whereas this will show. Absolutely, this will show. I got this darker mark here from purchase. I don't know what it's from, but it's there. It's just probably the natural leather element. So yeah, Undyed picks up everything. What else? I think that's really it. Have I missed anything? If I've missed anything, let me know below. which one is my favorite out of the three colors? That's difficult to answer. It's quite difficult because I do have the A6 in the yellow as well. Again, the yellow was my first purchase and it just feels like it's just my forever first love, and with not like, you don't need to have such maintenance on it. It is really quite a safe option to go for. It is a stunning leather. The gold, again, if you're into your darker neutrals, this side, go for this way. Yeah, whereas this I will baby. I feel like, especially if you manage to get first quality from Gillio, you will baby it a lot more. If you're like me. I will baby my first quality planners to the max. Whereas this is a premium. I feel like I don't need to baby as much because I know the flaws, and having a little extra flaw, it's okay, and it adds character as your journey to it. So yeah, that's that. And because this is pre-love, I'm the third owner. I'm like, don't need to baby it whatsoever, don't need to put it in an extra pouch, anything like that. Just bung it in the bag, go out. That kind of thing. I have not been gentle with this planner at all. At all. It gets all my love just the same, treated just as equally as the other pocket I have. Very much well loved. I will quickly mention here, I do find the undyed leather a bit more stiffer than the yellow, the gold, and a quick appearance of the burgundy. I do find this leather a lot more stiff to work with. But I think just over time it will soften as it patinas more as well. So this is the most squishy. What else just before I end this video? Ring changes. I think that'll be a quick little note to mention. Now, I have had experience changing my Gillio rings and other planners as well, but due to recent experience, if you're planning to change and undye rings, be careful, it does naturally mark very easily. So if you're pulling out that ring mechanism and you're putting that car slot in, for the people who know how to change rings, if not, again, I'll leave a video link down below. I think Steve did one, and also Aura Estelle did one with how you unclip it. I actually damaged, I can't believe I'm saying this, I actually damaged my leather on my A6. I changed the 23mm gold rings that I got from Gillio. That's the standard size they sell with their A6 rings, to a 25mm that I purchased from VDS, as VDS sells bigger ring sizes for A6. And can I bring this out? Probably not. I don't know if you'll see it. I got like two little indents of how I try to push down the ring mechanism, so it will take in every single mistake if you do change the rings on this planner. I was trying to be gentle. It did not work. And the other thing with changing this ring mechanism, because this is a 30, I don't know how and I don't know why, this ring mechanism wouldn't properly click in for the first 5 tries. It only clicked in half. I think just due to the leather, or maybe just due to my experience. I don't know if other people have developed the same thing. Hopefully it does not frighten you for changing your rings. Just be careful and take your time. As long as you take your time and you're making sure you correctly align, and if you feel like you've done it wrong, don't worry, take a deep breath, take a plastic card, like one of these, and gently push, slide it under this empty spot, push up, as that's where the clip placement is, and just gently push it up, or just be a little bit firm, gently but firm, push it up, and the ring mechanism will unlodge itself. But anyway, this was a nightmare to change for me. It took a few tries. I think it's best that you hear a click. Now, the first couple of tries I could not hear a click, then I realized the bottom wouldn't clip, so I did undo it, and then I had to try and re-clip it again, and then it got stuck. I thought it was fully in, but you realize that the ring mechanism at the top, if it's too far up and you feel the curve of the bottom a bit too much of that back metal plating, you haven't fully clipped it in and it's not fully secure, even though it might feel secure. So yeah, changing rings is always fun. But yeah, I found it a lot more difficult changing the rings for my Undyes, whereas changing the rings for my other planners, like, which one have I changed it for now that I think about it? Oh yeah, the yellow A6 Compagna, I changed the ring for that, that was fine. Didn't have much issues of it not clipping in properly or the smoothness of the sliding. I'm trying to remember other ring mechanism, but I don't know why this one stuck out the most. Anyway, this video has gone on way too long. I hope that answers the majority of questions asked of the 3 different colors and just how it has been with me. If there's any other questions I haven't covered, please leave them down below and I'll try and get back to them as soon as I can. But again, this is down to personal preference. Everybody's opinion is quite different, just how they love their Gillio leathers, or just leathers in general for their planners. So yeah, I hope this helps and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye!